At 72, I remember sitting in my favorite armchair, hearing the steady hum of the oxygen machine my neighbor used to manage his high blood pressure complications. It was a sobering sound that echoed through the thin walls of our shared apartment building, a reminder that many of us in our golden years are grappling with serious health concerns that threaten our independence. Seeing my neighbor, once so active and full of life, now tethered to tubes and medication schedules, struck a chord deep within me. It forced me to confront a harsh truth. If we don't take control of our well-being, we risk losing the freedom to live life on our own terms. High blood pressure is one of the most common problems seniors face, and it seems like the default solution is always another prescription. Yes, modern medicine has its place, but relying solely on medication can sometimes feel like handcuffs rather than a helping hand, especially if we're dealing with side effects or constant doctor visits. The idea of losing the ability to travel, play with grandchildren, or even maintain a simple daily routine without worrying about blood pressure spikes is a real concern for people like us who value autonomy above all else. Yet many of us have accepted this path as inevitable because we believe there's no other choice. That's why I'm here today, to tell you it doesn't have to be that way. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to share 8 natural alternatives to blood pressure medications specifically tailored for those of us over 70. Each one has the potential to help you reclaim a sense of agency in your own health journey. I'm not talking about vague ideas or passing fads. I'm talking about down-to-earth approaches that real seniors have used to manage and sometimes drastically improve their blood pressure without piling on more prescriptions. It's crucial that you stay with me until the end, because one of the later points might surprise you more than anything else you'll hear today. In fact, it's something many people dismiss as not powerful enough, yet recent insights from healthcare practitioners suggest otherwise. Think about waking up with renewed energy, feeling your heart beating steadily and confidently, and knowing you're the one guiding it toward good health. That sense of independence is priceless. What I'm sharing with you is a collection of knowledge backed not only by personal experience, but also by countless discussions with experts who focus on senior wellness. So, if you're ready to break free from the constraints of constant medication adjustments and reclaim your lifestyle, you're in the right place. By the time we're done, you'll have 8 powerful natural strategies that can make a remarkable difference in how you live each day. Before we dive in, if you find this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Type 1 in the comments if you're excited to learn these insights, and type 0 if you're skeptical. Your feedback helps me tailor future content to what you truly need. Now let's get started because your independence can't wait. I still remember the moment I nearly fainted at the grocery store, right in the produce aisle. The sudden dizziness, the pounding in my temples, the panicked worry that I wouldn't even make it home without collapsing. High blood pressure often feels invisible until it isn't. It sneaks into our routines and robs us of life's simple joys. Yet I discovered that nature has an abundant toolkit for helping us regain control, from certain foods and herbs to mindful activities that fortify the heart and soothe the nervous system. By combining these strategies, many seniors have seen their numbers move from danger zone into a stable, comfortable range. Time is precious at our age. Every day we lose fretting about blood pressure numbers is a day we could spend embracing life, savoring new experiences, or simply enjoying peace of mind. My hope is that by the end of this video, you'll feel empowered, not restricted, like a wise captain steering your ship through calm and stormy seas alike. So stay with me. One insight could be all it takes to spark a transformation in your health. All right, let's begin our journey toward natural blood pressure management, one step at a time. Number 1 is the hidden power of potassium-rich foods. Most people think medication is the only path to stable blood pressure. The truth is, your own kitchen might hold answers your pharmacy never told you about. The common misconception is that once your doctor puts you on blood pressure pills, you're chained to those pills indefinitely, with no alternative that's both safe and effective. It's time to challenge that idea and discover how a simple yet potent mineral, potassium, can help you better regulate your blood pressure naturally. Take Betty, for instance, a vibrant 73-year-old grandmother from Arizona. She used to dread her weekly blood pressure checks because the numbers seemed stuck on the high side. no matter how meticulously she took her medications. Then she stumbled onto some research suggesting that increasing daily potassium intake can help counteract the effects of sodium, a major culprit in elevated blood pressure. She decided to add more potassium-rich foods to her diet, like bananas, spinach, and sweet potatoes. At first she was skeptical. Could it really be this simple? But over the course of a few weeks, Betty noticed that her readings began to shift downward. The improvement wasn't overnight, but each time she sliced into a ripe banana, tasting its creamy sweetness and smelling its fresh aroma, she was fueling her body with a nutrient that gently supported her cardiovascular system. What's really happening here? Potassium helps balance the fluid levels in your body and eases tension in the blood vessel walls. It's like having a built-in pressure release valve. Think of sodium as a stubborn guest who refuses to leave, increasing your body's fluid volume and straining your heart. Potassium is the polite host who escorts that sodium out of your system, restoring balance. This is especially important after 70, when our bodies become more sensitive to imbalances that can lead to dangerous spikes in blood pressure. The practical step is straightforward. Aim to include at least one high potassium item in each meal. It could be a handful of spinach in your morning omelet, a baked sweet potato for lunch, or a fresh banana with your afternoon tea. Keep it simple and see how your body responds. The emotional payoff is confidence. That's your new slogan. Nourish to flourish. Each bite is an act of self-care, a tangible way to reclaim your independence from constant medical interventions. Sure, medication may still play a role in your life, but by embracing the natural power of potassium, you empower yourself to become an active participant in your health, rather than a passive recipient of prescriptions. You taste the sweetness of a banana, feel the crispness of fresh spinach, watch the colors on your plate come alive, and know you're taking steps to keep your blood pressure in check. It's a small change with significant potential to help you feel more in control of your life. Number 2 is the power of focused breathing exercises. Contrary to popular belief, simply taking a deep breath isn't enough to meaningfully lower your blood pressure. Many seniors think that because they breathe automatically, there's nothing more to learn about it. But mindful, deliberate breathing can be a game changer for those over 70 who want to steer their health in a better direction. Consider Harold, a 78-year-old retired teacher who lives in a busy household with 3 generations under one roof. The constant noise of his grandchildren playing, the lively chatter at dinner, and even the hum of the television in the background used to make him feel a bit overwhelmed. Whenever stress hit, his blood pressure followed. One afternoon, his daughter suggested he try guided breathing sessions, a simple routine of inhaling slowly through the nose for 4 counts, pausing for a brief moment, then exhaling gently through the mouth for 4 counts. Initially, Harold felt silly. How could something as ordinary as breathing make such a difference? But here's the surprising truth. Focused breathing activates the body's parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest mode that counters the stress-induced fight or flight response. By controlling your breath, you effectively tell your body to relax, easing tension in blood vessels and helping to stabilize heart rate. Harold discovered that after a few weeks of consistent practice, his blood pressure readings started to trend downward. He also felt calmer, less reactive to the daily noise and bustle around him. If you try this, close your eyes and notice the sensation of cool air entering your nostrils, the subtle warmth as you exhale, and the gentle rise and fall of your chest. Give yourself permission to focus solely on that feeling for a minute or two, gradually extending the time if you're comfortable. A simple slogan to remember is, breathe in peace, breathe out pressure. Think of it like gently letting the air out of an overinflated balloon, calmly and gradually, preventing an explosive pop. By making deliberate breathing a daily habit, perhaps in the morning before breakfast or in the evening before bed, you're giving yourself a tool to mitigate stress-induced blood pressure spikes. The emotional benefit is a renewed sense of control. In a world where so many factors seem beyond our influence, our breath is always within reach, a quiet ally in our journey toward better health. If you found this insight valuable, leave a comment with the number 2 below so I know you're following along. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now to stay updated on these empowering strategies. Your consistent support allows me to bring you more content to enrich your life. Number 3 challenges the assumption that all exercise must be rigorous to be effective. Many seniors believe that if they can't run marathons or lift heavy weights, exercise just isn't worth doing. Nothing could be further from the truth. In fact, gentle, consistent movement can work wonders for regulating blood pressure and maintaining independence. Let's talk about Eunice, 80, who once enjoyed brisk walks around her block, feeling the soft morning light on her face and the fresh scent of dew-kissed grass. But after a minor fall 2 years ago, she lost her confidence. She spent more time indoors, relying on the television for company, her world shrinking to the size of her living room. Her doctor advised her to stay active, but fear held her back. Then one day, she discovered chair yoga, a low-impact practice that involves seated stretches and guided breathing. At first, she felt awkward, trying to maintain balance and flow. But the surprising insight here is that even these gentle stretches help increase circulation, reduce stiffness, and lower stress, all crucial factors in blood pressure management. Why does it work so well? Gentle exercises like chair yoga or slow-paced walking help your heart become more efficient, ensuring it doesn't have to work as hard to pump blood. It's similar to learning to drive more smoothly rather than accelerating and braking abruptly. The heart muscle, just like a car engine, performs better with steady, moderate demands. Over time, Eunice found her flexibility improving, and her blood pressure readings reflected that positive shift. She also noticed a boost in mood and self-esteem, feeling the stretch in her calves, sensing the warmth in her arms as she lifted them overhead, hearing the calming sound of her own breathing. A good slogan for this point is, move gently, live boldly. You don't have to strain or push your body to extremes. Instead, focus on creating a habit of light activity, perhaps 10 to 15 minutes of chair exercises each day, or a calm walk around the block where you notice the breeze on your skin and the vibrant colors in your neighborhood. The emotional payoff is huge. Every small step you take is a statement that you refuse to let fear limit your life. Once you discover that moderate activity can be both manageable and effective, you'll likely feel encouraged to keep going. Overcoming that mental hurdle of, I'm too old or too fragile for this, is often the biggest battle. But each gentle movement is a step towards stronger circulation, lower blood pressure, and a renewed sense of freedom. Number 4 flips the script on what it means to manage stress. Too often, seniors are told to just relax or take it easy without being offered tangible tools to make relaxation a reality. The misconception is that stress is inevitable, and all you can do is endure it. But there's a subtle technique that can lower your blood pressure over time: guided visualization. Meet Robert, 75, a former pilot who always prided himself on precision. After retiring, he found that his mind would race with worries about health issues, financial concerns, and whether he was still a role model for his grandchildren. The stress raised his blood pressure, and medication alone didn't bring it under control. Then he tried guided visualization, a method where you close your eyes and imagine yourself in a calming environment, like a sunlit beach or a quiet forest trail. At first, he felt it was too whimsical, something more suited for daydreamers than a practical man like him. Yet the surprising truth is that our brains and bodies respond to mental images. When you vividly picture yourself in a peaceful setting, feeling the warmth of the sun on your face, hearing the gentle rustle of leaves, breathing in the fresh, clean scent of pine, your body's stress response can dial down. In Robert's case, taking just 10 minutes each day to immerse himself in these calming, mental scenes helps slow his heart rate and stabilize his blood pressure. It's akin to hitting a reset button for the nervous system. He soon discovered that his sleep improved too, which further supported his cardiovascular health. So the practical tip here is to find or create a short audio guide or simply use your own imagination. Slogan: envision calm, embody calm. Remember, your mind is an incredibly powerful tool that can either ramp up or ramp down physical stress responses. As you practice this, envision the sand under your feet or the sound of waves lapping against the shore if beaches appeal to you. Or imagine a tranquil mountain retreat, Whatever location brings you peace, let every sense come alive in that mental space. Taste the salty air, feel the gentle breeze, hear the rhythmic crash of the surf. This deeper relaxation mode can positively influence your blood pressure by reducing cortisol and other stress hormones that keep your body in a heightened state of alert. Now, if you're finding these tips helpful so far, leave a comment with the number 4 below. And if you haven't subscribed, consider doing that now. Your engagement not only helps this community grow, but it also keeps you connected to future insights that might further enhance your well-being. Number 5 might raise some eyebrows. Reducing alcohol intake, or cutting it out entirely, can have a surprisingly large impact on your blood pressure. Many seniors believe that a daily glass of wine is practically medicinal, thanks to a widespread notion that red wine is good for the heart. While small amounts of certain types of alcohol might offer minimal cardiovascular benefits, excessive or even routine drinking can quietly push your blood pressure up. Take Laura, 76, who loved ending her day with a generous pour of wine. She told herself it helped her relax, and maybe it did temporarily. But each time she took that first sip, feeling the smooth liquid run down her throat, she was also setting the stage for potential blood pressure spikes. After a worrying checkup, Laura decided to try an experiment. Replace her nightly glass of wine with an herbal tea blend known for its calming properties, such as chamomile or lavender. Within a few weeks, her systolic readings dipped slightly but noticeably, enough to make her curious about other natural methods of health improvement. The shift wasn't just physical, her mood stabilized, and she slept more soundly because alcohol wasn't disrupting her sleep cycle. The surprising reality is that while alcohol may lower inhibitions or help you unwind initially, it can lead to higher blood pressure over time, partly due to its influence on the nervous system and how your body processes stress. Think of it like a credit card. You get immediate gratification, but the bill eventually comes due with interest. A good slogan to remember here is less pour, more control. Reducing or eliminating alcoholic beverages is a straightforward way to reclaim some autonomy over your heart health. If you're unsure about taking this step, try cutting back gradually. Swap 1 drink a day for a glass of infused water. Cucumber, mint, or lemon can add a refreshing twist. Notice how your body responds, especially in terms of blood pressure readings and overall mood. The emotional benefit? It's a renewed sense of clarity and self-reliance. You no longer rely on that nightly drink to decompress, proving to yourself that you can manage stress in healthier ways. You might even discover new activities, like reading a captivating book, journaling, or chatting with a friend, that soothe your mind without spiking your pressure. Over time, this small decision can accumulate into a profound impact on how you feel day to day. Number 6 is about the forgotten importance of hydration, an underrated factor in maintaining healthy blood pressure levels. Many seniors assume that because they drink coffee or juice, they're getting enough fluids. But the misconception is that all liquids hydrate equally. Truthfully, water is unique in its ability to regulate bodily functions, without the additional sugar or caffeine that can sneakily elevate blood pressure. Remember Charles, 74, who was baffled by persistent dizziness and mild headaches. He'd swallow an aspirin and wait for relief, but the issues kept returning. Only after discussing it with a wellness counselor did he realize he was underhydrated. Coffee was his morning companion, soda his afternoon pick-me-up, and he rarely drank plain water. By simply increasing his water intake, drinking a tall glass upon waking, another with each meal, and a final one before bed, he saw his dizziness decrease and his blood pressure readings start to normalize. The surprising twist is that proper hydration helps your body maintain the right balance of salts and minerals. Without enough water, blood can become thicker, putting extra strain on the heart. Try this yourself. Reach for a glass of water right now and observe its clarity. Feel the cool sensation on your lips, the refreshing flow down your throat. Water can be flavored with slices of fresh fruit or herbs like basil to make it more enjoyable. A concise slogan? Stay fluid, stay free. Because when your body is well hydrated, you're less prone to the fluctuations that can send blood pressure soaring. If you've made it this far and are finding value in these strategies, please comment with the number 6 below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to hit that button. Every bit of support allows me to keep sharing tips that can genuinely transform your journey toward healthier, more independent living. Number 7 might seem obvious, but it's frequently overlooked. Prioritizing a good night's sleep. Too many seniors believe poor sleep is a natural part of aging, resigning themselves to restless nights and groggy mornings. The surprising truth is that inadequate or disrupted sleep can significantly impact blood pressure, putting you at greater risk for cardiovascular problems. Consider Marianne, 79, who often found herself staring at the bedroom ceiling at 2 in the morning, her mind racing with uninvited thoughts. She'd toss and turn, becoming more frustrated by the minute. It wasn't until her daughter gifted her a simple bedtime routine: dim the lights an hour before sleep, turn off the TV, and play soft instrumental music. That's when Marianne realized how environmental cues affect her ability to drift off. The sounds of gentle piano keys helped her mind relax, the low lighting signaled her brain to produce melatonin, and the warm chamomile tea soothed her nerves. Within weeks, she noticed her blood pressure was less erratic, and she felt more alert during the day. Why does this matter so much? When you sleep, your body undergoes vital repair processes. This downtime helps regulate hormones, including those related to stress and blood pressure. Chronic sleep deprivation, on the other hand, keeps your body in a low-level state of stress, making it harder for the heart to get the rest it needs. Think of it like a machine that never shuts off. Eventually, it's bound to malfunction. So the practical step is to create a calming pre-sleep ritual, something that prepares both mind and body for rest. A quick slogan to remember is better sleep, better sweep, implying that restful sleep sweeps away stress and recalibrates your system. Don't underestimate the emotional reward of waking up feeling truly rested. It's a small triumph that can echo throughout your day. When you're alert, you can make better decisions about nutrition, exercise, and engagement with loved ones. In this way, consistent, quality sleep becomes a cornerstone of preserving your autonomy. Instead of drifting through the day in a fog, you move with purpose, stay active, and enjoy the fullness of life without the extra drag of elevated blood pressure. Finally, number 8 is all about the surprising role of relationships and social engagement in balancing blood pressure. Many seniors fall into the trap of thinking that isolation is just part of getting older, that fewer social connections are inevitable. But the reality is that meaningful interactions can act like a natural tonic for the heart. Meet Dan, 82, who lives alone after his wife passed away. For a long time, he'd let his phone ring without picking it up, and he rarely left the house except for doctor's appointments. Loneliness can be as detrimental to your cardiovascular health as lack of exercise or poor diet. When Dan joined a local senior walking group, he discovered more than just a way to stay active. He felt the warmth of companionship as they strolled through the park, smelling the fragrant flowers in bloom, hearing the hum of friendly chatter, and even sharing small jokes that made his chest ripple with laughter. Over time, his blood pressure readings improved, not just because of the mild exercise, but because he felt connected, valued, and supported. The science behind this is fascinating. Positive social interactions can lower stress hormones and promote the release of oxytocin, often called the love hormone. This hormone helps relax blood vessels, contributing to healthier blood pressure. The practical takeaway: don't underestimate the power of community. Whether it's a church group, a book club, or a weekly phone call with an old friend, nurturing social ties can have a lasting impact on your cardiovascular health. A memorable slogan might be heart to heart, healthy heart. Each genuine connection you foster can serve as an emotional buffer against the strain that pushes blood pressure higher. Feeling cared for and caring for others reinforces a sense of purpose, which is crucial for maintaining autonomy. Instead of seeing yourself as someone whose best years are behind them, you embrace the truth that you have experiences and wisdom to share. And in giving that gift, you receive the invaluable benefit of better health. As we draw to a close, take a moment to revisit these 8 natural approaches to managing high blood pressure after 70. Think about how each one, ranging from upping your potassium intake and practicing focused breathing to exploring gentle exercise, guided visualization, cutting back on alcohol, staying hydrated, safeguarding your sleep, and nurturing social connections forms a mosaic of healthy living. Together, they can transform not just your blood pressure readings, but your entire outlook on aging. Imagine a future where you wake up feeling energized, where that morning check of your blood pressure monitor shows a number that puts a smile on your face, and you're free to pursue your day without the constant worry of what might go wrong. These aren't just arbitrary tips. They're practical tools that can help steer you toward the life you deserve, a life where you remain the captain of your own ship. The key now is urgency. Don't let another day slip by without implementing at least one of these strategies. High blood pressure isn't a problem that patiently waits. It can creep up on you, limiting your ability to enjoy activities like gardening, traveling, or even playing with your grandkids. By acting now, you give yourself the best shot at retaining your independence and savoring every moment in the years ahead. Here's a quick exercise. Close your eyes and visualize yourself a month from now, fully committed to one of these points. Which one resonates most with you? Is it adjusting your diet to include more potassium-rich foods? Or perhaps setting aside time every afternoon to sit quietly and practice guided breathing? Maybe it's revamping your bedtime routine or picking up the phone to call an old friend. Picture yourself feeling the positive shift, steady heartbeats, relaxed shoulders, a mind that's more at ease. That image is within reach, and you have everything you need to make it real. I'd love to hear which strategy stood out to you the most. Leave a comment and share how you plan to incorporate it into your life. If you're inspired, consider stating a personal goal like I'm cutting down on alcohol and replacing it with herbal tea for the next 2 weeks, and come back to update us on your progress. Your story could motivate someone else to take that same step toward better health. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with friends or family members who might benefit. The more we spread these insights, the more we can help each other remain strong, vibrant, and independent as we grow older. Remember that every choice you make, whether it's focusing on your breath, opting for water instead of soda, or connecting with others rather than withdrawing, can be a powerful step toward controlling your own health journey. You hold the reins of your well-being more than you might think. Age is not a cage. It's a stage for new growth, discoveries, and self-empowerment. So take these 8 strategies to heart, put them into practice, and watch how the small changes accumulate into a big difference. Your future self will thank you, and you'll look back on this moment as the day you chose to invest in a happier, healthier life.